for others by, based on others' interest or preferences. Yeah, some people I know choose gifts based on their own interest, but not the receiver. Yeah.
All right. So what kinds of gifts do you usually like receiving?
Hmm. Well, I am a pretty practical person, so I would love to receive some practical gifts myself. I don't. I'm not into representative gifts like handmade stuff or written cards. I think they are a little bit cliche and not practical enough to be involved in my life.
All right. I've got a few questions for you about your answer. You said representative gifts or something? What was that?
It's like symbolize. I don't know.
Symbolic.
Yeah, symbolic.
And what do you mean by no, you've actually you said not practical enough to what?
To be involved in my life. Like, I can I don't if I can't use the gift on a daily basis, then I would think that they are kind of a waste.
hmm Okay, let's see. Next, then let's talk about running. Do you go running a lot?
Oh, well, I do not. I am not an exercising person. Still, if I get a chance to run, I would probably go running in the hill. It would probably pleasant the experience more. Good. Yeah.
All right, you said not an exercising person,
Oh, okay.
right?
That sounds so silly.
So let's see. How can you fix that? How can you change that? So I'm gonna share with you a screen, and I'm just gonna write down all the comments I have here for you, and we'll just go along with that and try to fix it as we go, just to see some issues here. So, what do you think? How can we fix that?
Mm, um, I can't think of any.
Well, how can you say the same thing in other words? There must be a way.
Mm, I'm lazy.
Sorry, what?
I'm lazy.
You could say, I am not someone.
Who exercises a lot.
Exactly, who exercises regularly.
Mm,
Yeah,
okay.
much better. Now, then you mentioned something about like getting a chance, right? Can you reconstruct that sentence one more time?
If I have the chance,
hmm
um, I would. Blah, blah, blah.
Well, can you finish the whole thing, please?
If I have a chance, I would go running in a natural space, like in the forest, to pleasant the experience.
All right, so have, will, right? Had, would, different structures. If I have a chance, I will go running here and there. Or if I had a chance, I would. Remember, we have conditionals. Have, if present simple, will, and if past simple, would. Yeah.
Mm.
All right. You said running in a hill, right?
In the I think in the forest. In the
Well, that's
forest.
better. In a hill is like a small-ish mountain. So inside a mountain is what you meant, right? Running inside a hill, like in a cave, or on top of it.
Hmm. I don't remember mentioning a
No, you
hill.
said running in a hill, but what do you mean? Like in a field or
Uh,
well, can you explain again? What do you mean by running in a hill? What are you trying to say?
uh, I say running in the forest. You know?
So you want to change that to in the forest, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So it doesn't make sense when you say in a hill. So running, I'd like to go running in a forest. That's better. All right. You said it would probably pleasant the experience more, right?
Yeah.
Does it sound right to you?
I mean, it is to me.
Okay, let's try to paraphrase this in other words.
Mm. It was. It will make a pleasant experience.
It would, said make, it would probably
Pleasant. Make
make
a
a pleasant
experience.
a pleasant experience for me, right?
Mm.
Like that. It would probably make, yeah, that's much better. Or it would probably be a pleasant experience, you can say, right? Or it would probably be pleasant in general, yeah? Okay, so let's move on, a few more. Just seeing how you react to different kind of questions. Let's talk about noise.
Mm.
Are there any sounds that you like?
Um, there is a trend on social media in the recent years. It is called white noises, actually colored noises. And I really like those noises. They feels like they are they are representing the color itself, and it's really soothing and calming to listen to.
What? Do you like loud music?
I am not a fan of loud music. To me, it is they're too um, rebellious. It gives out the rebellious feeling, and well, that it is not suitable for my no. Uh, uh hmm, we could chat. Yeah, I just really don't like the experience of taking a punch in my ears. So yeah.
Hmm. How do you understand rebellious?
Uh, your screen is lagging. I can't see the words.
No, I'm just asking you, how do you understand rebellious?
Hmm. Well, when I mention the word, I want to
You're breaking off. There's something wrong with your connection.
you know
It's
that
You're breaking up a little bit here and there.
yeah.
By the way, if you are using a laptop, you can try connecting it with a cable to the internet, right? So use a cable to connect it. That will improve your connection significantly. You can ask your mom or whoever helps you with that. Yeah, if it's not a laptop, then never mind. But if you have a laptop, that would help a lot next time, you know?
Yes, I'm using an iPad.
Okay, I see. Yeah, no problem. There's no other way. So could you repeat that again one more time? I couldn't hear you very well.
I I felt like the word rebellions uh, kind of represent a very mm, angry feeling, like a furious one. And I feel like loud music also represent angry state of emotion.
Hmm. Well, in this case, it's more of a disobedient, you know? It's not about, like, oftentimes, a rebellious person might find themselves angry, of course. But normally, I mean, like, if we were to look at the definition of it, it doesn't have anything to do with your emotional state, right? It's just your actions mostly, like that you are not willing to follow the rules and you are willing to like to defy them, right? To go against them. That's rebellious, right? Just so you know, those concepts should go separately. Angry, rebellious, they often go together, but I mean the understanding of those concepts for you should go separate ways, right? Something rebellious is not necessarily, well, like anger inducing or something. It's just not following the rules and going against them. Okay, the standards as well. Hmm. You said white noises, right?
Yes. Uh, Again, I cannot see the
I'm
words.
not always typing. I'm not always doing that. Just I'm writing down only, like more important things. So white noises is a little bit inaccurate, right? So noise, we usually say white noise. And well, yeah, I'm sure you understand what it means. Um, the same goes with colored, right? Colored noise or whatever, not noises normally. And you said they, just to make sure they what like?
Um, yes. What do you say?
Can you finish this? They something like? You said they feels like. Yeah, you said it.
Feel.
So
Yes.
feel or feels?
Feel.
Okay, yeah, that's just a basic thing. All right. Mm-hmm. What else? Uh, Taking a punch to my ears. That's an interesting way to put it. Did you think of it yourself?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
If I was stuck with the idea, so I just made up it.
Is it a Vietnamese idiom?
No, actually, I just described like literal, my literal feelings about.
Literal feeling. All right. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Now, what else? Let's do a bit of part two now. Hmm. Now, I'm getting my questions from a forecast, right? So there's a forecast for the current for the current period. It spans from January to April. And just to make sure you understand that these are not some random questions, I'm asking you questions that you might get during the test, right? Highly likely to get one of those that I'm going to ask you. Now, for part 2, I'd like you to prepare a, let's say, piece of paper and a pencil.
Okay, I got them.
All right. So I'm going to give you a topic here. And I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes, right? And you have 1 minute to prepare your answer. And you don't have to write anything, but if you want, you can make some notes. Yeah? I recommend, for now, I'm just going to say that ahead of time, I recommend not taking too many notes and instead trying to process all of the questions that you see in the topic card. Yeah? So be mindful of all of them and prepare to answer each of them, right? That's your goal for the minute that you get to prepare. Not writing down a lot of stuff is not going to help, basically. Yeah, just a few notes. All right. So I'd like you to describe a person who always has interesting ideas or opinions. All right, you get 1 minute. All right. Now, don't worry if I stop you. Can you start speaking now, please?
Sure. Hmm. My whole life, I have met a lot of interesting people from all ranges. The one very remarkable person that I do personally know very well is my boyfriend. Um, he's currently a student just like me, but I knew him in I first I actually first acknowledged his existence through a debate in my English class, and we were in opposite teams. But um, I remember he had a really outstanding idea that uh, beat us down, and we we lost. Uh, and his ideas has had made a it had made a very strong impression of him for me. And the reason why I think that he is always so um, full of new ideas are because his always seem to be outside of the box. He never thinks like other people, and he would hate to repeat what others has said or have had the ideas in the past. So he always figure out a way to be different, a way to um, get out of others people's head and be unpredictable.
Well done. So you had about 8 more seconds, which is great. Means that you finished on time. Right. What do you think about your answer?
I think I got lucky.
So something
If
that you're familiar with, right?
yes,
There's one more question for you regarding this topic. Can you tell me, what do other people think about this person?
mm, wait, so people, eh, though I know, who I know, in my class are pretty not comfortable with his ideas. Um, about his presence, people love him, but when it comes to his unnatural ideas and on stuff, they are um, mostly be disagreed most of the time. Oh my God, I say that. And many classmates of mine um, hate the fact that he draws different pictures from the pre-existing
Pictures?
picture.
I lost your pictures. Could you repeat that again? Different pictures?
Yeah, some don't really like the fact that he draws pictures from the materials that people expect it to be like. mm,
Mhm. So, okay, now can I ask you one question? Do you think it might be possible for you to switch to like a different device during our next lesson?
Uh, okay, yes,
Okay, that's great. I think it will enhance the quality of our interactions, if you know what I mean, yeah? Just saying. Okay, now let's see. Overall, I must say your answers are pretty good so far. And I like the way you tell your like the way you lay out your ideas and the way you deliver them overall. So let's see. Yeah, there are a few issues that I'd like to discuss. Most of them are relatively minor, but when you combine a lot of minor mistakes into one like bigger picture, it might affect your score in a bigger way. Yeah, so that's why we try to eliminate even the smallest issues. At least make you aware of them, right? That's the first step. You know what I'm talking about? All right. So I've heard something like people from all ranges, right?
yeah.
What do you mean?
Um, what I mean is probably like all kinds of people,
That's much
but
better.
in my
All kinds of people. So I know people from all walks of life, we can say. Yeah? That's an
yes,
idiom. Walks of life, people from all walks of life. But you are not required to use idioms in arts. So in writing, you shouldn't use any idioms at all. That's actually detrimental. It's going to hurt you. Yeah? In
okay,
writing. But in speaking, it could give you an advantage in certain cases. But knowing those certain cases, I can tell you that it's better to avoid using idioms if possible. So basically, forget about them unless you really, really know what you're doing. Do you feel like most of the time, like when you speak English, do you feel like you really know what you're talking about, really know what you're doing?
no,
Well, so that's the point, right? Idioms must be said with a lot of confidence and understanding. If you have understanding but not confidence, they will not be delivered properly. If you have confidence but not understanding, they will also not be delivered properly. So either way, it's a little bit too difficult to get there. And you only need them for like band 9, you know?
Mm.
Just so you know, I have taken the IELTS test myself a long time ago, and I got a 9 for speaking without too much effort, but still, like, I mean, I don't recommend people to follow my path because, well, I'm more of a unique situation, and I teach you things that are easier to achieve and like that will help you in a shorter span of time, you know, because you didn't have your maybe whole life learning English, right? You just need to pass it for a test and like sort of like move on. However, I still teach in a way that will help you with general English, like in any case. So idioms, mostly forget about them and try to use the standard, most common expressions. They are great. That's what you need to say. You don't need to stand out in IELTS, yeah? Unique things are bad for you because you will most likely mess up saying them. Like the punch to the ears, that was actually good, but I'm not sure if you'll be that lucky every time if you're like trying to come up with your own idioms and sayings. You might be easily misunderstood, yeah, and you don't want that at all.
Mm.
Like number one rule of IELTS is to avoid silence. So like try to speak all the time. And the second rule is just to use something that the examiner will 100% understand, right? Just simple things that you have heard and have used a lot of times. So stick with the usual stuff, yeah, with the normal stuff that you've been saying for years or you've been learning for years, and that's the best. Okay, so like all kinds of people, that's great. Very remarkable in this case. What can you tell me about this? What do you think?
Mm. Maybe a unique person?
Again?
A unique person.
All right. Nothing wrong with remarkable, but we usually don't add very here. Yeah? So that's something I would avoid because it's remarkable is a strong adjective, right?
Yes.
So strong adjectives usually don't go with amplifiers like very or like extremely, yeah? You have
Mm.
less intense words like special. He's very special. That is okay. So very special means remarkable in a way. So when you say very remarkable, it's like saying, well, very, very special, which is, well, in this case, it's okay, but in most other cases, it's not. So better to avoid. Just a remarkable person. And you need to emphasize certain words like that, because that's like the main meaning of your speech. Use your intonation. A remarkable person, yeah? How do you say this word?
Currently.
Currently. Again?
Currently.
All right, yeah, that's fine. Just make sure to enunciate your words properly. Let's say it like that. So that means basically don't hurry ever when you speak. In IELTS, you're not going to get extra points for speaking quickly.
Mm.
You can get a 9 speaking relatively slowly. The point is to make sense and to use natural speech. Your goal isn't to impress the examiner. Your goal is just to sound normal. When you, yeah, and that's another thing. Like when you try to be special, you don't sound really normal, and that sets off sort of like a little alarm in a native speaker head, and yeah, it doesn't sound right. Now, what else? I first acknowledge his existence, right?
Yeah.
Does this sound all right to you?
At first, notice.
Mm-hmm. Again?
Um, Replacing the acknowledge with notice.
With what?
Notice,
Mm,
notice.
okay, so I first what?
I put notice. I put
I
notice
first
first.
notice. Well, the point is, what tense is this?
Like, um, yeah, I, my first time noticing is
Okay, well, it's a
uh,
past, right? It's in the past, right? The verb should be in the past tense, right? So,
oh,
so, so what?
acknowledge.
Yeah, you need a clear pronunciation here. I missed that d, and that counts as a mistake. So that's fine. That's a minor thing. It's not going to really affect your score that much. However, if you keep making that mistake throughout your test, the whole test, then it might affect your score in a bigger way. Yeah, just make sure to pronounce the endings. That's why another thing, speaking slower helps you make sure that all of these endings are heard and pronounced well, like acknowledged. I first acknowledged his existence when this and that. So this is a good pace. Yeah, not too fast. Give me a moment, please. Gracie, so there's a test happening right now, and no one is recording David, yeah? Okay, well, that's it. I just want to let you know. That's it. All right, let's see. What else? Did you mention a name while speaking, or am I
I
not?
didn't.
You didn't mention a name, so you didn't say this guy's name, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should I
No, no, I was just I thought I heard a name, but well, if not, not okay. You said we were on the opposite teams, right? Okay. So you mentioned something about an idea beating us down or something.
Yes.
So could you repeat that? Just use your own words. Don't you don't have to cringe about seeing your like past expressions. Just paraphrase them. That's all I want from you.
An idea that was the key to beat us.
To beating us.
Beating. Oh,
An idea that was the key to beating us. That's much better. Very good. Can you make a full sentence with that? Like that or any other way you can think of?
that was uh, the. He came up with the idea that was the key to beating us.
Mhm. You came up with an idea. It was the key to beating us. Yeah. Well, okay, that's great. Yeah, you understand that. Mm. So his ideas have made a very strong impression of him. Question is, all right. Well, let me put it here. So there's nothing really too wrong about this. Just want you to take a look at what you've said. His ideas had made a very strong impression of him for me. Yeah. And the reason why I think that he's always so full of new ideas is because I might have misheard it due to our connection issues. I don't know. So because he always what
He seems
seems to be outside of the box.
that is an idiom, right?
Well, it's misused. It has been misused. Can you try to recover that?
He always seems to think out of the box.
Exactly. Well, be outside of the box is a bit weird to say. Yeah. So again, the same issue. He always seems to think outside the box, and all right, he never. I think it was things. Yeah, things like ideas. Okay, I guess that was no, that was a part of something else. No, he would hate to repeat what others would say. Anything stands out here? Anything could change potentially? Sorry?
Re- removing wood.
Yeah, so we don't need that. He would hate to repeat what others say or do, right? I think. He always, let's see, he always figure out a way to be different. Yeah, he always figure out.
Yes, always figure out a way.
What tense is this?
Uh,
Tense.
he always figured.
Figures. Present simple, right? Usually regular things, things that happen normally, he always figures out a way to be different. Very good. So figures out is an idiom. This in this case, it was used properly. But again, be careful with that. Very careful. A way to get out of others. You don't need to say others people. You should say others heads, maybe. And wait, and be unpredictable. All right, that's all right. Then now you had also a question, which is usually like an additional question that you get at the end, right? Of part two, you usually get asked one question as a part of this part two. Understand? And the goal here is to answer it in a short manner, yeah? Quickly. Ideally, not more than one sentence. So you don't need to give a full, like, extended answer. People who I know, yeah, in my class are pretty not comfortable. Well, this is not. This is a bit awkward, right? Are I would
Yeah.
say just uncomfortable, are uncomfortable with his ideas. I like what you said here. Are people who I know in my class, right? So you understood the question very well, and you tried to specify that not just like all people, but specifically in your class. That was very good. Um, Uncomfortable with his ideas, but his presence. This was unclear. Did you say presence?
Mm, well, yeah.
I'm just not sure if I heard you right. Right? So presence doesn't make sense. People about his presence. Maybe you meant appearance or something.
Yeah.
Appearance.
No, no, not appearance, but like his presence, like him being there.
Right. Well, okay, yeah, that's all right. Maybe that's all right then. So about his presence, well, then you might add where in where like in the class or what do you mean like people? Well, I know about him being there, people love him. Doesn't really connect, right? So it's just perhaps something is missing. I don't know. You could just remove that maybe and say people love him, but when it comes to like in general, people love him, but when it comes to his unnatural ideas, which is a little bit like weird. I'm not sure what you mean here. Unnatural ideas, like you should give an example. A natural idea such as doing this or that, yeah, and stuff. They are mostly, well, be totally out of the norm in terms of grammar. So
Yeah.
they are mostly, or they what? Quick fix,
They're
please.
mostly
Again?
They mostly disagree.
Good, good. Yeah, so like that. They mostly disagree most of the time. And many classmates of mine hate the fact that he draws different pictures from the materials people expect to. This was total nonsense, right? At the end, I thought you meant like physical pictures, or but I think you also meant something like imaginary or something like a metaphorical picture. I'm not sure what you meant. It draws conclusion, maybe you meant, or something. Well, anyways, right? Just try to be as clear as you can. That's the number one thing. Don't paint yourself into a corner. Don't dig your own grave, as they say while speaking. Use simple things, simple ideas, simple structures, everything. Yeah. Okay. So now we are nearing the end. So I gotta give you homework. Yeah. Let's see. Homework. So I want to show you something. So I've got other students here who I've been working with for a long time now. I mean, I've taught so many students already, and I figured out a good way to help you out, guys, to achieve what you want. And all I want you to do is just to follow the, well, to do what I'm asking you to do. So I just showing you here's a homework document of another person who wanted to get a 7.5, and she did get it with my help. But what she did is she did a lot of homework. The point of homework is usually pretty simple. You get a topic, you need to record yourself and save the recording in the document and then write it out, right? So if you keep doing this, you'll get what you want for sure, guaranteed, yeah? Now, I'll also give you some general comments based on your performance if there's something something that stands out. But first of all, I'd like you to add me on Zalo because it simplifies things. You still need to report to Mrs. Hi, but I need you to add me here just in case you have any questions or you want to tell me something about our lessons.
Okay, I wrote it down.
Okay, so just add me like right now or as soon as possible, and that's it. And as soon as you can. Now, and normally, okay. So homework. I'm not gonna really add much here, just the basic stuff, which is, let's see. I would, yeah, I'll do it this way. So, we've got. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do it full Y. You've got a forecast here. Actually, let me give you a better version of that forecast, like this. It's been updated a little bit. Forecast, and so you go there, you pick a topic, part 2, part 3, doesn't matter, and then record yourself with Vocaroo. Yeah, just record yourself, speak a little bit, then you click save and share. You get a link here. Can you see that?
Yes.
All right, that's it. You copy the link. Yeah, save the link here as well. Then listen to your own answer and, well, transcribe it here. So that's it. Part 2, part 3 separately. I just want to see how you do this. And so far, that's enough. Let's just start with something simple. Yeah. Here's your document, so please save the link.
Okay. I got it.
That's all. Don't forget to save the questions, save the link of the recording, and recordings here, and transcribe means listen and just write it down the way you hear it exactly, okay? So yeah, try to be on time next time because I have a lot of students, right? I would love to study more with you. And we might actually do that. You might think of a way to have like an hour and a half lesson, maybe even 2 hours with me. So we can do maybe 1 hour speaking, 1 hour writing, something like that. So we'll think about it a bit more. Next time, let's see, shall we meet on maybe tomorrow?
Uh, Tomorrow I'm not available, so
Okay, Thursday?
Thursday, okay.
What time? Let's say 7:30 p.m.
7:30. Okay.
Okay. So I've added you to my schedule. Thursday at 7:30. We might do a 2 hour lesson at that time, okay?
Okay.
All right. So don't forget to ask about moving the date if possible, and well, think about writing. Do you need it or not? If you do, again, we need more lessons, more time together. And okay, if you want to do writing, please also do a task 1 or task 2 of both of them for the next lesson, okay? So if you want to do writing with me, you need to bring something to show me in a Google Doc, digitally, not like a picture. Please write it somewhere in a Word document, digital, like a message, yeah? A text message, text. I need to be able to see it. If you bring it, we can immediately start working on your writing, yeah? Okay, well, that's it. If you have any extra questions, please ask them in Zalo. That's it. I've got another student waiting for me, so gotta go. It's been really nice meeting you too. Have a great evening.
Thank you. See you.
All right, goodbye. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. How's it going? How's it going?
What do you mean, how's it going?
How is it going? That's what I mean. How's it going, San San?
No.
It means live. How is your life going? How is it going? Good, 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 right? Are you enjoying spending time with your brother?
No.
You're not enjoying. Okay, is your brother enjoying spending his time with you?
No.
Your brother doesn't like spending time with you?
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Well, let's see. Have you done your homework?